Did you know that the best farming add-on for Minecraft Bedrock Edition was recently updated? This is the farming add-on by Podcrash, and this is the cooking update. According to the creators, we now have a cooking book, brand new kitchen appliances like ovens, pans, and grills. For those of you that are new to this add-on, you'll be given two separate books. For those that already have this downloaded and installed, make sure you update. You have the farming guide, but we also have the cookbook. Now, I want to touch on a feature that they introduced not long ago. If you open up the original farming book, you take the time to scroll down to the bottom, we have the settings options. Now, they introduced the ability to disable crop spawning, animal spawning, crow spawning, and mob trampling. I turned off crop spawning and crow spawning because it's just a little bit extreme. And if you have this add-on and you've seen things like this just spawning in the middle of your worlds, it can get a little bit overwhelming. And to be honest with you, I think it's quite annoying. So if you didn't know that exists, yes, it is a feature. If you are new to this add-on, I've already reviewed the crops, the foods, the animals, and all the recipes in a separate video. I'll link it down below if you're just discovering this add-on for the first time. Today, it's all about cooking class. Before I teach you how to become a master chef, let's open up the farming guide one more time, because if we scroll up here, we now have kitchenware available, showing you all of the new appliances: blenders, cooking pans, pots, fridges, grills, juicers, kettles, ovens, plates, stoves, and even a toaster. Let's get started with our first kitchen appliance. I'm going to teach you how to make a juicer. Here is the needed items. I'm just going to grab it from this chest. I'm also going to teach you about a really cool recipe feature they introduced. Open up this and tap on this. Now, if it's not there, just tap on this. You'll see it inside of the recipe book. Get this thing made, and then you're able to place this down. Now, let's focus on the cookbook. Inside of this, you're able to make a whole bunch of things, but this is a blender. So let's make ourselves some drinks. Let's make ourselves a milkshake. Now, it's going to show you all of the items and all of the ingredients you are going to need. But check this out. We're going to make ourselves a tropical milkshake. If we tap on this, it tells you the ingredients. But as you guys know, with these books, if you come out of this, you got to do it all again, right? It's super annoying. Now, if you go back to drinks, if you scroll down to milkshake, scroll to any one that you want. We're using the tropical one. Let's go down again. You're able to pin this. And as you can see, in my cookbook, this stays on your screen. So you know that you need an avocado, orange, bananas, pineapple, cracked coconut, lemon milk, and a glass bottle. I thought this was just a genius way to do this. Really impressed with how this worked. They did really think of like all of the solutions here. So what you then do is grab your ingredients and then tap on it. It's going to begin to blend. It will then stop. You're able to do multiple at once. By the way, so we're making this tropical smoothie. I just love this. Lemon goes in. The milk goes in. And then you can tap on this with a glass bottle and you'll be given the tropical milkshake. Now, I believe most, if not all of these items can now be placed on the ground as well. I can go ahead and drink this. Super impressive. But this is where it gets better because you're able to apply whatever you want, right? So if you wanted to have, let's say, a vanilla ice cream scoop. You then wanted some sugar, some banana. It also includes the vanilla Minecraft features like sweet berries. We're going to go with a strawberry here. We're going to then grab a glass bottle. And this has made the suspicious smoothie. So even if it's not available inside of this book, inside of desserts and inside of the drinks and milkshakes, you're able to still make a random one. And I like that. Time to turn on the grill. Here is the needed items, and here is what you're going to make. So let's get this made. Open up the recipe book, tap on this. Now you're going to need a couple more features with this. You're able to break this with your hand if you placed it in the wrong direction, and you can place this in any direction that you are facing. So let's start with some coal and the flint of steel. So let's get some coal in this. I have to put some coal in. You have to put a total of 8. You then need to set this on fire. You don't actually have to set this on fire instantly, by the way. Now, let's grab ourselves... Let's see if it works with the pre-existing raw versions. So we'll do bison, and I'm feeling like some fish today. Cool thing is, you can have multiple on top of the grill. This is now going to cook in its own time. I just thought it was really impressive the way this works as well. So obviously we place this first and then we place this. After that, punch it and you'll be given the items and you're able to eat them. So let's grab a couple more here. Let's grab some raw rabbit and let's go with some goose here. Sure. So we'll go with this and we'll go with this. And we're just going to wait for this to cook because I am generally curious if there is like an overcooking feature. If you left it on the grill just a little bit too long. So it doesn't look like charred food is a thing in this. I mean, that's not a complaint. That's just me being greedy and wanting more. Alongside making a grill, you're able to make yourself an oven. You're going to need a bunch of iron, redstone, furnace, and some bricks. Now, this one does not require any source of coal, which I honestly think it should, just because it's using a regular furnace and a furnace needs coal. But again, not a complaint, just me being greedy for more features. So with this, you're able to grab 2 of any kind of item. We'll go with cod and we'll go with venison this time. Place this in on the top and this one goes on the bottom. This does not require any source of coal or flint and steel. Maybe it could be applied with like redstone or something like that. Then it gets cooked. Go ahead and punch it and then you're given your food. Now things start to get a lot more interesting. Let's make ourselves a stove. In order to do this, here is the needed items. Now a stove can be combined with pans and cooking pots. Let's make this. As for a stove, it can literally be placed anywhere in the world. You can place it on grass. You can place it on any block at all. However, it will look a lot better on top of your oven. So let's go ahead and grab another one of these. Now, on their own, they don't typically do anything at all. That is because it's time to make yourself a pan. There are 2 options when it comes to a pan. We have the iron one, which of course is iron ingots, but there's also a copper one as well, and you can see them down here. So let's make the copper one. Let's make the iron one. I don't believe there's any form of difference in these other than one being iron and one being copper. So these have to be placed on top of a stove, whether it's on the floor or on top of here. So we'll place the copper one down here, the iron one on there. Grab whatever food you want. Let's go with... We want to make a steak today. And let's make some duck. The duck can go in here, and the beef can go in there. And you'll hear it, like, sizzling away. And once this is ready, you're able to punch this, grab your item, and eat this. So, really cool. I just like this a lot. It works so well. Didn't have any problems with this whatsoever. I wanted to try this with the rest of the add-on. So we have corn, that's cooking away, and also sweet potato as well. So again, this is why crops and cooking combined are the perfect solution. Oh, I didn't cook that fully. We did cook this one though. This one is a baked sweet potato. You're just going to have a little bit of patience, which unfortunately today I didn't have. Let's see what happens here. There we go. Our corn has now been cooked to basically a cooked corn on the cob. One of my favorite features was the whole cooking pot. Now, the pot works very similar to the pans that I've just showed you. This is how you make it. It also includes a copper version as well. So let's get both of these made. Now, I would like to outline pans can be placed anywhere in the world, and these can also be placed anywhere in the world. However, if you want them to actually do the cooking aspect, they have to be placed on a stove. So if you just wanted to have these as decoration and fill them up with ingredients, yeah, you can do that. But let's get these placed down. We'll do opposite this time. So this can go on here and this can go on top of there. This is where your cookbook will become very handy. Open up your cookbook, head into bowls. You're able to make pasta and you're able to make soup. If you tap on a specific pasta, let's go broccoli cheese pasta, tap on this. Now, the recipe and the ingredients for this is pretty easy to understand. But if you're like me and you have a very forgetful memory, it will always be in your cookbook. So let's get some of these made. I've got 2 of these. So what we're going to do is we'll do pasta plus chicken. This is going to cook. Now, when it's cooking, it will make like the potions complete sounds. You're then able to take this out and go ahead and eat this. Now, obviously, the bigger the recipes, you're going to have to remember a lot more. So let's put these in here. Really cool. What I will say at this point, though, is I did like Bob's farming add-on, where it showed a symbol above it as to what you should put in it if you're making a specific recipe. But this one still works. I still really like this one. Super impressed. And then what I really enjoyed with this is that even inside of the book, if there's not a specific recipe here, like I showed you before, you're able to make things up. So if you wanted to go ahead and start putting in onions, chilies, peas, and things like that, you're able to start making up your recipe. And creators, here is some feedback and a feature that I would like. You did it with the suspicious milkshakes, I believe. If I make a randomized recipe like this, what I wish we could do is get a suspicious stew. Doesn't have to be anything crazy. It could be a positive effect. It could be negative. I just think it would be a fun aspect. Now, obviously, you need to keep all of your foods fresh so you can make yourself a fridge. In order to do this, you are going to need some quartz. You're going to need a chest and you're going to need some iron nuggies. Grab this and then place this down. Now, I think this is just like a regular chest because if you just open this, it's all about storage, right? That's it. Now, with that being said, you can actually double down on these and make them a little bit bigger. So if you wanted to have a double one, you are able to do this. And if you tap on the bottom, you'll see they are still actually separated. It's wet. It's rainy. You've just got back from an adventure. You are soaked through. Time to make yourself a kettle and time to make yourself a cup of tea or some coffee. Here is the needed recipe. This works for both iron, but it's also going to work for copper as well. Open up this. Tap on this and you'll see here we have 2 different options here. So let's get these made. We'll put the copper one here and we'll put this one on the side right here. Let's go ahead and grab, we need some water. It supports, I believe, up to 3 bottles of water at a time. So as you can see there, same with this one, it's completely full. Grab yourself some tea, grab yourself some coffee beans, wait for the noise, tap on this 3 times. Tap on this 3 times. Time to warm yourself up. It's 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m. in the morning. You've just woken up for school, college, and work. It's time to make yourself a toaster. Here are the needed ingredients. I want some toast for my breakfast today. Let's tap on this. Let's make the toaster. This can be placed down here. I believe this can be angled as well. So I would kind of prefer it like this. Yeah, so it's on show a little bit better. Grab yourself some sliced bread and put 2 of these inside of here. You're then going to have to wait for the toast to work. I wish this handle went down, though, when the toast was in. But these will pop up. Punch these. Grab yourself some toast. Maybe you could grab yourself some jam or even some peanut butter if you really wanted to. The last thing we're able to make is going to be some plates. This is made with quartz. You're going to need 2 of these. As you can see here, we're able to make a bunch of these. So let's get these placed down right here. And let's get these down over here. You're able to put a whole bunch of foods in these. So let's see what this looks like. We got a sandwich. We got some rice porridge, a cheeseburger, even some pizza. Again, this add-on is absolutely brilliant. I was super impressed. Shout out to Podcrash for reminding me that there was an update. Guys, if you don't have this add-on already, I highly recommend it. Best on the marketplace for food, cooking, and things like that. For those of you that do have this, make sure you are updating your add-ons regularly. Anyway, have a wonderful day. It's time to go and do some farming.